This commercial is sponsored by the Humboldt brand of Arizona, supplier to all of your premium cannabis brands, all the way from the Emerald Triangle. Make sure when you're in your local dispensaries, you ask for the Humboldt brand of Arizona. For Your Opinion podcast, we got the legendary MC EIHT. Y'all know him. We love him. We all come, well, we around the same age, but watching this man on television, influence us, you know what I mean? Like with his music, his style, like just a legendary man to be still in hip hop right now. That's what, we seen it evolve and come to where it's at. Like we got to give our legends that love all the time, because some of y'all hot for a few months, maybe 2-3 years, but when you've been doing something for 30 years, 25 years, 30 years, I mean, that's to be commended. I don't give a damn if you're working on your home, building homes, whatever you do. You know what I mean? It's legendary.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we just want to show love.
For
sure. It's official.
This is the mastery of craft.
We want to hear from you, A. I mean, being someone legendary like you are, you walk around, legendary. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you've been doing this. I mean, how it feel for you? I mean, do you get the love that you feel? I can talk. Been talking to you. You're a humble man, but how I feel for you, like to walk in your shoes.
I mean, this is the profession I chose. Being given the grace to be able to pen, tales from the hood and try to, voice for the common nigga, the average man, I really don't trip off of, the place that people have me set in whatever hip hop was, whatever they got. I've done so much, and I've been around so long that I don't look for congratulations from people who might not give a fuck
or no.
I feel I've done enough to where real niggas and real ladies know what it is, the struggle that we go through as a common motherfucker. We all trying to get to a certain point. I've always seen myself as a dude who try to pen, songs to, fight the oppression, the bullshit that, I grew up in the hood and saw growing up as a kid who gang bang and sold dope and all that. But
police brutality
and all that, but I don't, look for to be placed right now as far as hip hop concerned. I mean, I started doing music because I had the love of music. I wasn't making a motherfucking dollar.
Right.
I was still hustling on the block. So music was that passion shit that, the dreams, like I tell motherfuckers, the dreams that you have as a child, when you those first few years are very, important. I dreamed of being the policeman, the fireman, the doctor, that typical shit, but then my reality got taken away when I realized, nigga, we living in the hood, and
like most.
So-and-so got killed last night, and they got raided, and whoop-de-whoop. So, I've always modeled myself after that, not to be super gang-banger or, out of the ordinary, but that's what I pen my music about. I know what the real struggle is in the hood, trying to make ends meet when you just a normal motherfucker. So when it comes to music, I feel comfortable with where I am. I don't look to be, I don't look to be the Drake Jay-Z status, or I don't look to be the newcomer status. I get in where I fit in.
Right. And but all those individuals, they know exactly what you are and what you stand for in this craft, in the music, in your place in hip hop history.
And I'm cool with just being known MC EIHT. Motherfucker don't say that they came into this industry within the last 30, 40 years and don't know me, then they're motherfucking lie. But I don't need to be the status of where, I have to be put on the pedestal for you to act like you know who I am and what I've done.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
That's modest.
I'm cool with sitting in the spot right now. You know what I'm saying? In the back of the store doing the podcast, whatever.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not tripping off of being at the big, office building and smoking bud in the back of the alley and shit.
Right.
I'm a normal nigga, man. You feel me? So that's why I accept it like that.
Yeah.
And I think if I can do that, then nothing gets in my way of,
you can't compromise yourself.
Yeah, man, they got this and they got that. And they do this for that motherfucker. And they do that, man, I do for me.
Right.
And I'm comfortable. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, that makes the walk easy.
Another question, I mean, touching on that, having the opportunity to talk to you back there, I can tell you're a very humble man. Talk to us about what it was like to get your first check, from doing something that you love. You know what I mean? It was like, now this is...
I was still a hood nigga, man, so I did some dumb shit,
Right, what y'all do?
Just growing up in the hood and being able to get a check from a label and...
was that your first legit check?
Yeah, that was my first legal, so...
Everything else was under the table, real shit?
Yeah, everything I used to do.
From the mud?
I used to do from the mud.
Yeah,
I was a typical kid, man.
Yeah.
Good household, didn't have parents on drugs, not to say,
Right.
I know that's a
blessing.
struggle and that's
That's
an addiction and that's a whatever. But I came from a cool family, Pops worked at General Motors, Mom's was a nurse. I just grew up in Compton, man, and was influenced by I was just influenced by the streets and just the struggle. So being able to go legit and not have to deal with, moms having to come bail me out of jail every other weekend or, being harassed by, just having to stay in the streets or being destined for something that's, that they all think that we destined for when we, black young men coming up in the hood. They look at it as we all destined to fail. So I wanted to do something that at least I could reflect from my mom, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I just started writing raps, man, and a nigga thought they was cool, and I was just telling tales of the hood. And next thing you know, I had a record deal with Sony. So, you know what I'm saying? It felt good to be able to not say move out of the hood because I was still, I was on my fourth record still going to the neighborhood every day. But it just felt good to be able to do shit that I know that shit, I'm gonna be able to wake up tomorrow, or I'm gonna be able to pay this, or I'm gonna be able to not have to worry about taking them penitentiary chances. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, it's like any means, man.
Yeah, shit was dangerous.
I do what the fuck I gotta do to, I got a kid, mom struggling, and you try to make an example of yourself, something better than that. But sometimes that's all we offered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Understood.
So just to be able to, be able to get a check and go to the bank and show these motherfuckers, you're looking at me crazy, and I'm walking in and, I'm walking in with Sony checks and shit, and they probably thinking I'm a dope dealer and shit. Now I'm getting to prove that I'm something other valuable than what you think I am just because I'm walking in here and my outlook or my appearance is different than yours, you know what I'm saying? So it felt good.
Dope. I know it was really, something for you to, when your mom seen that, you know what I mean? Because at first I'm pretty sure, how did she feel? She, far as we talk about it all the time, like right now, if my son or our grandsons came up to us and said, Pop, I can rhyme, you know what I mean? Like, I would entertain it. I would be like, yo, what you gonna spit? Talk, you know what I mean? Let me hear it.
As opposed to 30 years ago.
As opposed to,
30 years ago, it was like, what the, it was,
like, nah, what you gonna do is go to school and pay attention.
I was, I was influenced by the streets. I wasn't a dumb kid.
Yeah.
I was just influenced by the streets.
I can tell by your music that you wasn't a dumb kid.
So, of course, your parents had dreams of you doing other shit.
Like we all do for our kids.
And at the time, I was in the hood deep, going back and forth to jail. We had just gotten to a situation, me and my nigga Chill, where we had just caught a case, for robbery. And I was looking at going to jail and shit. So I basically, man, I just sat down and just started. I had to think of a way to transition. You feel me?
Yeah.
I had to think of a way to transition out of the hood. So
how old were you right now? We won't want to talk about that. Like you were 17, 18. How old were you when you was making these decisions as a man?
I was like 15, 16.
Wow.
15, 16, you know, you want to be loyal to the hood.
Yeah.
I mean, because
You gotta prove yourself.
right there, you know, that was everything. There was nothing else. You know, the neighborhood was everything. You know, that's where I made my money. That's where I got pussy. That's why I, you know, congregated and grew relationships with other men, you know, as far as, you know, who got my back and, you know, I'm ready to die for this nigga. And, you know, it's also... And then we're not having no pops around, but I don't want people to think because my father wasn't around is why I chose to go down this path. It was like I was the block influenced me. You get me?
Yeah.
Who the fuck want to go to school 9 to 5 and all that shit when it's niggas your age down the corner making thousands every fucking minute?
Did it have anything to do with the music back then?
It had a lot to do with the music.
Yeah, like it does now.
Back in my days, you know, we had dudes who rapped in our neighborhood. Yeah. They wasn't even rap stars. Right. They just made TDK tapes and was telling you about Larry they got busted last night. Right. And Boo Bop got shot up on the corner by the hamburger stand. We took those tales and learned, and that's how I learned how to flip my shit into. I just basically was getting the back seat of one of the OG's cars. And on a daily mission, shit would happen. And I would just incorporate that shit. I go back to the house, and then I go right to the room. I'd be like, I was with the homie in the blue 6'4", and then niggas hit the corner, and we was at the stove.
I have a question.
You know.
What made you, because you have one of the most iconic, historical ad-libs and hip-hop history, you know what I mean? Siegel incorporated it into his music. It all came from your music, you know, Menace to Society. What made you want to say, yeah, the way that you said, yeah? You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, back in my days,
that's legendary.
Back in my days of hip-hop, everybody had, to me, monikers. You get me?
Yeah.
KRS-One, you know, the one in the KRS-One, LL Cool J, fucking, you know, BDP. Everybody had monikers, so I wanted something that would stand out.
To this day.
And
come on, man. Like,
if niggas can go back and listen to records that I started making in 1988, and you'll hear me saying on demo tapes, like, it was just something I did. I mean, now, people today don't, you probably would have thought Jay-Z or Jeezy or a lot of people would have thought someone else came up with that slang word. We even had the thing with the little swimmer dude who was going around saying and they were like, oh, he invented it and all that. And I'm like, no, you can go back to 1987, 1988 and listen to any record that MC EIHT performed on, and you'll hear me saying I mean, on my very first record, the Compton compilation, I had a song called Rhymes Too Funky. This record was released in 1987. And the first word I say on the first record is killing off suckers is me. Stupid trying to take me for some punk MC. You know what I'm saying? So I've been saying since 1987.
Yeah. We true fans. We identify, like you said, we know where it came from, the originator.
But I'm not one of those dudes who... oh man, they stole it from me, or y'all gotta pay me, man. I just take it as homage, man. Niggas, you know, whoever, whatever. You ain't gotta say you got it from. I didn't get that from EIHT, but niggas who know and know true hip hop history like yourselves, you know, everybody know who invented it, where it came from. So you know,
niggas,
I'm just glad that you know niggas felt that there was something they wanted to do. So it's official.
It's one of the hardest shits in the world.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in the world. I mean, when Menace Society came out, tell them, you know, what you were just talking about.
No, we went to go watch that joint in the movie theater at New Market South. That's how long ago.
Newport News, Virginia.
That's Newport News, Virginia. And it was crazy back then. You know what I'm saying? Just how it is now. You know what I'm saying? But after that, it was just like on overload.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody everybody in our hood turned into old dog.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I know,
everybody
listen.
wanted to be old dog.
Everybody
I'm
wanted
talking
Everybody
about
wanted to be
from
old dog.
Lopez.
yeah, everybody. yeah.
to,
He created
Pete-
a
no,
whole.
Yo.
He created a
Everybody
whole
wanted-
generation
old
of
dog.
shoot 'em up ass
What?
motherfucking niggas.
You know what's crazy is the fact that
Nigga, everybody after
he's
that.
not even like that. I'm just
No,
saying how good.
I know
how good
Lorenz. I know
Lorenz
Lorenz
takes a hell of a
personally.
job.
we do
Lorenz
too.
is
Look, listen.
he's nowhere near.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you a story. Lorenz takes a story. So we having All-Star Weekend in Philadelphia one time, right? We got Lorenz Tate with us, him and his brother hanging out with us. You know what I'm saying? Us, Crew Thick, AI. We on the bus, right? And all my niggas, we smoking, we drunk, everybody crazy, wilding out, right? We on the bus was like, a whole bunch of seats in the motherfucker, right?
Right.
You can walk up and down, right? And my niggas is calling Lorenz Tate O-Dog the whole time, right?
Oh, dog, we does.
Right? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? These niggas some niggas is coming home, niggas done be bodies in the past, you know what I'm saying? Fed time, all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is calling him Rich Tate. He type AI, he said, they do know that I'm that old dog, right?
Right.
Yeah, he said,
All you
yeah.
had to do was have his braids back then.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
mistake you for
You
old
do
dog.
know,
Right,
they
right.
do know I'm that old dog, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, nigga, we just fucking with you. But yeah, one of my men just kept calling old dog.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like you said, back then we didn't have social media, so
Yeah.
we didn't really know how LA was. We knew it was on the East Coast,
Right.
From Virginia to New York and back down to Atlanta and Georgia, because where Virginia at, we bottom of the north, top of the south, so we some country up north niggas, kind of, you know what I mean?
Hey, right,
we got
right.
that.
Yeah.
So when you talk to people that say you from New York, you sound like you from, but when we got an opportunity to see you on screen, it was like, man, this crazy. This how they living. This is how what's like, man, it's they just like us. They just dress a little different.
Yeah, that's it.
Same thing.
I always used to tell people, people ask me about when you go out and how you feel about when you see other dudes, get banging and wearing khakis and all that. And not to say that we're proud of that situation,
Right.
but like I used to tell people, I mean, it's hard niggas everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
You get me? Whether
It's
we
an old
wearing-
dog everywhere you
Whether
go.
we wearing khaki suits and motherfucking Cortez or they wearing motherfucking Timberlands and car jackets, it's niggas who will pay your cap everywhere.
Everywhere.
You feel me?
No doubt.
So, just to be able to, but I think it was kind of the reality of being able to see Menace to society in movies like Colors and shit like that. It gave people a visualization of, damn,
Right. Yeah.
that gangbanging shit is on some crazy
On some
motherfucking
motherfucking-
shit.
yeah.
I mean, because, I pop my mans around here for just talking shit,
Shit, right.
but them niggas on that gangbanging shit.
Shit, yeah.
They're crippin' and blood. And these niggas got red
Yeah,
on and
on it.
these niggas got
Oh,
blue
you
and they got
talking
the
about
bandanas and,
yeah.
and they come, when I'm talking about spraying, nigga, they
Yeah.
coming through
Dude,
like just
just
dumping. You see the car pull up, lights pull on,
Yeah,
nigga, and
nigga.
it's on.
Yeah.
So
I-
it was a lot for the country to take in.
Yeah.
And especially for, brothers from other sections and
cities.
shit to see how we got down
Yeah.
on, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody get down.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck.
But it wasn't like that though. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Everybody
we
get
had
down.
a different aspect of getting down because our shit was a lot of, territorial, neighborhoods and trying to, say fuck the police and all that shit. And the gangs was formed because of that, in itself.
right.
Trying to protect the communities, like Crips stood for community resources and
Right.
progress.
Yeah. Right.
So it just, like I said, it's hard niggas everywhere. You can't control the pack.
Let's talk about that for a quick second. What you just said, what the acronyms of CRIP stand for. Talk about a little bit about that the origin, and because from my uncles used to talk about the gangs were to protect the community.
It was to protect the community, fashions off like, sort of the Black Panthers, wanting programs for the hood, wanting to see things generate for the neighborhood, for the community.
Right.
Not letting dudes because let's force it, the white gangs and the motherfuckers was the vicious motherfuckers. I mean,
Right.
we as niggas couldn't do shit.
Right.
I mean, a lot of that shit was formed to protect us from
Absolutely.
Them.
and a lot of them motherfuckers was the police that was rolling through the neighborhood.
Much respect to the Hell Angels, but we heard that story as well.
Exactly. So a lot of that was born to protect, I'm gonna protect little mama with her 2 kids who live over here, or we gonna protect Johnny down the block who going to school or whatever. Right. So, and it just turned, and then with the introduction of drugs and getting money, and then now niggas got pistols, and now the shit becomes a different aspect. Everything starts as a positive note. That's why I said it was for resources for the community. And it was to progress the community along. You know what I'm saying? It was to show motherfuckers that we taking over these communities. These communities not all just white. Compton used to be all white and shit. Right. So when we start moving in, it's to protect ourselves from the motherfuckers who didn't want us in there in the first place. And everything always get corrupt when they introduce us to dope. And
true that.
You can tell this nigga he can make more money than them niggas over there. And then now you got shit started. Wait a minute.
But isn't it true that it was an extension of the Panther Party?
It tried to be an extent. I mean, that's what it was for.
It was
for the resources and the community, and like I said, but when you start sneaking in and giving these niggas a couple of birds, and then you giving these niggas a couple of guns, and then now you telling these niggas, or you making up shit, and you saying these niggas beat up these niggas, when really we the ones who went over there and beat up these motherfuckers, or killed this nigga, or stabbed, and then egos. We got a lot of egos amongst us as black men. You get me?
All day long.
It's a lot of egos, and I say until we settle that, you know what I'm saying? Because it'd be a nigga back in the day bump you and step on your shoe, and you be ready to stab a nigga. You be ready to slit a nigga throat for stepping on your Jordans and shit.
Stepping on for no reason.
That just comes from ego and the oppression of shit. I know I can't motherfucking beat up motherfucking Henry for stepping on my Jordans or giving him one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that oppression out on this other nigga who step on my shit.
What you think that's about? I mean, because
absolutely,
it's about how we was programmed. Man.
No, definitely programmed. But I'm saying
slave mentality from the ships.
We actually when we have something against our own self that we want to kill the man that looks just like us. Or,
that just comes from way back, man. And I couldn't even tell you about that because that started back before my daddy was born.
Absolutely.
You get me?
Yeah.
And I think that's the oppression of getting beat and hung and all that shit and doing all that shit.
Right.
And you still couldn't do shit.
Right.
You get me? Nigga, I come up right now, hang your motherfucking ass right now, and dare you to do. Nigga, I take your bitch right now and pull her drawers down and fuck her right in front. And I dare you to do something.
Right.
In front of you.
Now, your oppression is that, but then you hear motherfucking John around the corner spilled your drink, and he another nigga, and you be ready to go beat the shit out of him. Because your oppression is really, I can't really do shit about what's really pissing me off. That shit happened today. Your motherfucking girl don't take shit out on you that you ain't did, that somebody else pissed her off about. Or a nigga don't come at you wrong when he pissed off about some other shit that, why you coming at me wrong? Or you could just know a nigga that did something fucked up to that nigga, and he ready to get on your head. I ain't got shit to do with it.
Nah.
That's just the oppression, because really I can't go fuck with it.
That energy came from somewhere
and to capitalize on that, I think also is our way of communicating. We don't know how to communicate.
No, we don't. We don't know how to communicate with each other, and we always have that ego thing in the back of our head, like, my man got on the Nikes right here, man. Them motherfuckers would look good with him, but they ain't give me no motherfucking Nikes when I came in this motherfucker. It's shit like that.
But that shit before us.
And I don't know where we get this shit from, because I don't give a fuck. Like, it's just crazy. And I'll just be telling my niggas that. Like, a nigga can hate on you and don't even know you from a can of fucking paint. A nigga could walk in your store right now, he spend $100 and walk out and be like, who the fuck them niggas think they are? It's just the mentality of what we've been bred all day, for sure.
Talk to me about, because you did a hell of a job in that movie, Menace Society. It's like, damn, EIHT doing this thing in that joint, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I was like, we wanted to see you do more movies. How did you get that role?
I got that role because fucking hip hop niggas in movies was flying at the time.
Right.
What we had Colors, Ice-T. Then we turned around and had Juice with Pac. Then we had Trespass with all them niggas, and then we had motherfucking Cube with Boys in the Hood, Glenn Plummer with South Central.
No doubt,
so all the hood movies was cracking.
Don't forget New Jack City. You know what I'm saying?
New Jack City. Right. So they start going, the rapper actor nigga in the role is so. Yeah. The Hughes brothers with some kids in LA was going to film school. Okay. They started off shooting all of Tupac's early videos. They shot all his first album videos. Brenda Got a Baby, Holla If You Hear Me, all those songs they shot the videos. Right. So in that, they hooked up with a dude, he wrote the story, and from their reputation with dealing with Pac, they got the movie deal. Right. So they were looking for up-and-coming motherfuckers around L.A., you know what I'm saying? And I just happened to be, MC EIHT, local rapper, little success story coming from Compton. So they offered me the part. And that's how, I went down there, met the motherfuckers, read a script, and I guess they, I wasn't a dummy. Like, a lot of us coming from the block, and looking at words on paper.
You could articulate yourself.
I could read, you know what I'm saying? And so from there, they was like, oh, this nigga can read. and he could read some words. So they called me back again, and it went down again, and then by the third call, they was like, you in.
Oh, that's what's
so
up.
that's how I got the part.
You killed it.
Yeah, you killed it.
Me and a lot of the dialogue was ad-lib shit.
Yeah, you naturally.
Because
it was.
I would tell them, niggas don't dress like this.
Don't say that.
Like, we would go through wardrobe and they'd be like, oh, we have you in this and this today. And I'm like, nobody wears tan khakis with a yellow pinto chain.
And nobody talks like
dresses like that. Nobody wears this and that. So I just be like, man, I just bring my own shit. I just wear what I wear every day. And then when it comes to certain lines, I'd be like, who wrote this? I'm like, no. And then usually I would just ad-lib the shit, and it would work. So they just went with it. Fuck it.
Man, because it seems crazy. I mean,
I'm like, not to, but I was in the hood every day. I grew up in the hood. Like, I was there. Niggas getting shot, police raids, enemies coming through. Hood rats and fucking selling dope. I was there every day. Even with a rap career, I didn't learn how to lead a hood until maybe 3 years after I started rapping, because that's all I knew. You got an in-store over here, and I'm not going over there. The niggas don't like us over there. I've got records out and videos, and I'm supposed to be going to do autograph signings, and I'm telling Sony executives, I can't go over there. You know what's over there? They tried to have me do an in-store in Quick neighborhood one time. I was like, you niggas is crazy as a motherfucker, man. But they don't know. They see record store on the fucking sheet, and they servicing the record store, so you got to go do an in-store.
I said, this is a job.
And I'm telling them, y'all gonna pull up over there. I'm like, man, we gotta go over there about 2-3 vans deep. And then it gotta be some in and out shit. Like, and we gotta be ready. Niggas find out we over here, I'm telling you, you're gonna have 1,000 cars pulling up in a minute, and they ain't gonna be to come get no autographs.
I know that's right.
Like, we was in the hood, man. That was one thing about us, and I ain't gonna speak on that for all niggas, but I was in the hood. I was shoulder looking, because I'm on fucking rap shows and all kind of shit, and I'm still driving through Compton every day. I got the heat under the seat here, and every stoplight I'm checking cars. Niggas will tell you that nigga used to be in traffic and he used to be
ducking and
I'm looking at every car. Because niggas get shot. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Rap shit wasn't it fuck it. That was me trying to better myself from my side.
Right.
That had nothing to do with the niggas who we was still gang banging against.
Right.
Them niggas didn't give a fuck you was on MTV last night.
Nah,
Nigga, I will peel your fucking cap right here in traffic.
No, that's
no problem.
That's more the enthusiasm
for being from the hood.
Yeah.
And you had that reputation.
That's a stripe.
Right.
It wasn't like I could be like, oh no.
Right.
Oh, we know that nigga we know you from over there.
Right.
You've been over there 4-5 years before you even started rapping. Right. So that shit means nothing now. So that's what you had to deal with until I, started maturing and be like, maybe I shouldn't come to the hood that much no more. You know what I'm saying? So,
and talking about maturing, man. Tonight, us being Humboldt, Arizona, and Desert Blaze, you're here to perform in Arizona. Tomorrow, April 15th, to see you and Quick performing together, being on, that's having to touch the same stage. And you're just saying that, early on in your career, you couldn't go over to that side, to the record stores to do signing and stuff like that because of, the shit that was on the outside of the street. But as you matured in the business, talk a little bit about that, like where you're at now, and seeing
it's just the longevity, like you were saying earlier. A lot of dudes, I was telling my peoples earlier, a lot of dudes focus on, I gotta have a hit. I gotta be a hit. I gotta be a hit. I gotta be a hit. I just focus on trying to make good music for my people. And longevity. You can have a hit today and be gone tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
It's a gang of rappers right now who will come out, you'll hear some shit 3 weeks later, you like, who's next?
Right.
You feel me? I pride myself on having longevity.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's not about fucking, that nigga must need money. He's still rapping. I do a podcast.
Yeah,
I coach.
Right.
I've been coaching for the last 13 years.
That's what's up. Tell him who
my son getting ready to go to college. He just got a scholarship to go play football at Valparaiso University.
That's what's up, man. That's congratulations to you, brother.
That's the only thing I've been focused on. I don't do rap because I was in it to make money.
Right.
I did rap because I love rap music, hip hop.
The culture.
I love listening to Treacherous 3.
Right.
I love listening to Just Ice and fucking EPMD
Right.
and motherfucking, I grew up on UTFO and Sparky D, Roxanne Shante,
Schoolie D.
Schoolie D.
Right.
We didn't have West Coast rap. It was all East Coast. I have no problem, but you see how I still say about niggas? You hear me talking about niggas that was making records before me.
Because that's how it goes.
Right.
That's how it goes.
But we can feel that in your music and when you touch the screen that you took your craft for real.
That's where the lyricism
comes that you was competing. You knew hip hop.
The East Coast hip hop.
And you hit it right there. I knew hip hop.
Yeah.
You get me?
Right. The East Coast
I didn't know gangsta rap.
Yeah.
I didn't know trap rap. I didn't know whatever rap. Right. I just knew hip hop.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
Because that's where it started.
Right.
I was listening to Run DMC, Sucker MCs.
Yeah, that's where that lyricism comes from.
That's I was listening to Eric B, the President, My Melody. You get me?
Right.
That's where I come from.
Right.
So longevity is the foundation.
Right.
Because when I look at niggas like Rakim, and he's still touring. Looking at De La Soul and fucking niggas like that, and they still on tour. JJ Fad, you get me? Yeah. Rest in peace, Coolio was still touring.
Right.
When you can look up and you can go 40 years later, people are still enjoying your music. Right. That's like rock and roll hip hop shit to me.
Right.
You feel me?
No, I mean
That's
the thing, man. We really respect. See, people need to understand that this is a culture in a way that
you just got to watch the gimmicks, man. There's a lot of gimmick shit.
You got to be solid.
I can come in with a catchy little gimmick and a hooky and tell a bitch to throw it over and bust it down and open it up and move it around.
And the coke do this and the coke do that.
Right.
And then there's 10 niggas after me gonna do the same shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna auto-tune my shit, and then 10 other niggas gonna auto-tune their shit. And then I'm gonna talk about doing this and that, and then they gonna talk the same thing. Yeah. And my thing today is, a lot of young niggas, got to learn to make songs. Right. Everybody can rap, but can you make a song?
Yeah. And I'm just saying the longevity of you. Original. You represent hip hop from the beginning. You said it was artists obviously before you, but that's a, what you do is actually a way a person can make a living. Our children can, because back then it was like, get that beatbox stuff, turn that shit off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I remember,
Bullshit.
we can show, that you can make a career out of this.
Out of here.
You can make a career out of this, for all the parents in my generation who felt like this bebop boop shit was going to be, just another fad.
Right.
It's been here 50 years.
50 years.
And from some of the artists that are present today, they are way more off better than we were as struggling artists under contracts and all that shit today.
Right.
So kudos to them.
We gave them the cheat code.
Yeah.
It shows that if you are serious, that you can, and then you don't have to be fucking, you ain't got to be the Beatles.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
You can sit in your lane and create something for your fans that they will hold on to and they'll follow you forever.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you keep doing what has gotten you there, don't forget about that format, because a lot of niggas do that. You'll hear a nigga rapping today about my mama and the projects and roaches and make $1 million, and tomorrow nigga Bulgari this and Lamborghini that, and they forget they forget their foundation. Oh, nigga, I always had it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, please, nigga, we was making sugar water and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner. Nigga, stop it. But you just have to, longevity is where it shows that you were true for hip hop.
Right.
The longer you are here and that you stand for it and you create music, and you might not get 10 million fans or sell 10 million records, but those people who was there from the beginning, they still there, man.
No, I mean, bro, we just want to show you that we love you, man. I remember we had a station, our first station in Newport News, Virginia, was AM 1350.
WRAP.
That's what
That sound like that sound like payday.
You know what I'm saying? The rap attack.
That was K-Day. We had 1580 K-Day AM. That shit was staticky as a motherfucker.
But you get it just right. You know what I'm saying?
Don't catch it on the right night. Man, you gotta get your tape recorder ready, man, because they finna play some shit.
That's how we first heard NWA.
And that's what we want other, people, we love hip hop, man. To see you still, doing your thing. Like I said, you're performing, tomorrow, April 15th, tomorrow, the Desert Blaze, iconic Tri-Cannabis, obviously collaboration on this, along with Access USA with the Cannabis Awards. We, looking forward to you touching that stage, man.
Man, we gonna give you a show, man. We're gonna take you back, bring you forward a little bit, and take you back again. So it's definitely gonna be glad, good y'all having me, man. It's gonna be a good show. Me and Quick and Be Real and
honor.
all the homies, Corrupt, Shield, Nocturnal, Sugar Free. We gonna make it happen, man.
Make it happen,
yes,
man.
indeed.
So we want to just say, man, we appreciate you, we love you. Thank you for coming by, to F Your Opinion podcast. Hope we get an opportunity to do more things with you, because we do, along with Humble AZ, we have our own cannabis brands that we release. We'd like to do something with you, man.
Oh yeah, man, we get you. I got my podcast, the Gangsta Chronicals. We official, man. Whatever we do, we'll link up, man. We'll make sure we show y'all some love.
Appreciate you.
Whenever I'm in town, I come through hollering. It's official. Yes, indeed.
All right, man. We out of here. MC EIHT, the legendary MC EIHT.
Fuck your opinion, nigga.